I got melanin. Oh yeah. I got melanin. You bet. We got melanin. Melanin.
Hi guys, it's Yasmin. How are you guys doing today? Please don't mind me looking a mess. You know, I got the do-rag on. I look sweaty. I just came home from the gym. And you know what? I really want to stay committed to this YouTube game and recording videos. So I decided, you know what? Let me do it today. It's Sunday. I really want to knock this out. So what I really want to talk about today is so complicated. It's the idea of validation. It is something that I continually struggle with my gender identity. Going back and forth from really wanting my own validation and being self-validating, and also desiring cis-validation, especially from men, but not necessarily exclusive to them. So I still struggle with this question, the question of, should I give a fuck what other people think? But if I don't give a fuck what other people think, then how do I really know how I want to be treated? So, for example, with cis validation, you know, I'm a big advocate for fuck what other people have to say about your gender. You define your gender. And I'm a big advocate for my gender queer, gender variant, gender non-conforming, and trans people to always validate your gender first. But I also know the feeling when someone else, especially when someone else, especially a cis male, validates your gender. It feels so intoxicating, so wonderful, such a feeling of sexual validation when you have a cis male that you like that validates you. Now, with self-validation, you know, there are gonna be people in this world who never see or understand your gender. And also, there are gonna be aspects about yourself that may never be fully passable. You know, baby, I got these broad shoulders. So if I ever went full transition, I know that, you know, these shoulders ain't going nowhere, and that it may make me kind of clocky, as they say, and it may not give me the validation that I seek. But I have to internalize in my mind that I know who I am. No matter what you say about me, what you think about me, no matter how you view me, I am who I say I am. Fuck what you think, and fuck what you're talking about. Excuse my language. So whenever I get invalidated, I kind of go immediately to that point of Jeffrey is my dead name, excuse me. Yasmin, validate yourself. You know, fuck what they think. You know, especially in cis spaces, or spaces that, you know, that are hyper masculine, like the gym. Oh my God, when I'm in the gym, you cannot be in a more manly, masculine type place. And I feel so invalidated. I struggle to continually self-validate in those hyper-masculine places. Like, you know, people walking around, what up, boss? What up, homie? Dog, let me hand me that barbell. And it's just constant invalidation and misgendering. And I'm just like, you know, no matter how I look, unless I'm got titties in a ponytail, this hyper-masculine place is going to remind me that people see me as a cis black male. So I have to internalize into my mind when I'm in these spaces, you know what? My walk, my talk, my swag, these hips, these thighs, this pretty face does not mean cis male, you know. I define myself. I'm non-binary. I'm genderqueer. I'm, you know, I could go into the rant of everything else. I'm trans feminine. I'm demi-girl. I'm all these things that I identify, even in this hyper-masculine place, you know. So it's about me practicing my self-validation in these hyper-masculine places, or these places that, there's so much cisness, when cis people are just ruling. And also, the gym is not a queer-friendly place, Even at times when I'm sitting in the sauna, you can tell those cisgender heterosexual men that are just so uncomfortable with your presence. And even then, I think about their discomfort as, you know what? They see my queerness, and maybe even that it's validating. The fact that you could tell that I'm not a cis-het person, I'ma reframe that as invalidating. So part of the self-validation journey is reframing negative experiences, reframing misgendering, reframing and validating experiences as validating. So I can just make it through the damn day. I couldn't go to the gym at all, if I let it all go in, and take me over. But also to survive through the day and to strengthen the concept of my own gender. Because, like I said, people are always going to talk shit about you. There may be a person who will never fully see you, and I can't let that defeat me. I can't let them win. I can't let them define my gender for me. I can't let them attempt to invalidate and erase my own comfortability. So, again, self-validation is so needed. But on the opposite spectrum, and let me not lie, there ain't nothing like validation from people that you are sexually attracted to. I identify my sexuality as androsexual, not really gay because I don't identify as male, but as an androsexual person, meaning that I am attracted to men and masculinity. Lord, baby, I live for men. So when a man, especially someone that's aggressive or assertive, sees me, sees my femininity, my natural femininity, and validates it by, certain ways, or by recognizing who I am, it feels so good. Validation from people, especially people you're sexually attracted to, is so addictive. It's so intoxicating. That is why I think a lot of our trans sisters, especially our trans women sisters, transition. I think, well, maybe not a lot, but I think definitely of more than a few have transitioned because they love the way that men look at them and men make them feel. I have a couple friends back when I grew up. They became trans women, and me and our other friends always say, girl, are you doing this because you really feel trans? Are you doing this because the boys are living for you? You put on some hair, you put on some wig, you put on some pads in that butt, you put on some heels, and the boys will live for you. Now, the older I get, I realize that, and again, excuse my language, men will fuck anything, I constantly get asked, do you cross-dress? And I realize I could be the bulkiest, biggest, strong-jawest man, but if I cross-dress and put on a wig, there will be a man out here to fuck me, So, as intoxicating, as lovely, as desirable the validation that we get from people we're sexually attracted to, and from men especially, it's wrapped up in their sexual fantasies a lot of times. So it's not necessarily true validation. It's validation for means for an end. They want a nut. They want an orgasm. So a lot of those men, in a sense, see they're validating you for what you get out of it and not really for who you are. And let's get real. Men often don't give a really fuck about who you are. They want to bust a nut, and so it's taken me on this journey, and I still fall within that trap, but trying to understand, when men validate me, are they really validating me, or are they validating me for their own sexual and other purposes? True story. The first guy that I talked to, probably back in 2015, We'll call him A. I found A, we talked, and he was the first guy I disclosed that I have gender dysphoria, I identify as genderqueer, I'm on the trans spectrum. And he looked at me, and the first thing he would say was, okay, that's cool. That's cool. But I felt so happy. I felt elated. I was like, oh my God, the first person I disclosed to, and I get all this acceptance. I'm so happy. But as the months went by, I realized that he had no concept or understanding what genderqueer was, or what non-binary was, or what the fuck I meant. Because he used to chronically misgender me, and also do it in a very negative, mean, nasty way. I could just remember experiences where I would be upset about something and have the sniffles and being kind of over emotional, and he would look over to me and say, excuse my language, why are you tripping? You a nigga, right? You a nigga, quit tripping. And talk about a blow. I was like, oh, not only are you policing my masculinity, you're also misgendering me. And you're basically telling me that you don't remember what I told you and how upsetting that is to me. Like, really? How dare you? And it went on and on and on in multiple experiences where this fool, who I thought I was dramatically in love with, disrespected me and never really paid me lip service, you know? I think that when you don't look like, with cis people, you know, it's often about what you look like. If I don't have hair down to my back, if I don't got titties, nails, if I don't got feminine hips, you're just a man, you know. Cis people need that fully unpassability, or fully passability, in order for them to truly respect you. Not all cis people, but I'm speaking of my experience being in Atlanta with mostly African American cis people, you know. So it just hurt. It hurt. It hurt. I say that 3 times because it motherfucking hurt. It hurt for me to be vulnerable, and the first person that I opened up to about me having gender dysphoria, about me being on the trans spectrum, about me being genderqueer, non-binary, and all the other things that I identify, that you really looked at it and you didn't care about it, you didn't give a fuck about it. To you, I was just another bitchy gay male, just a sissy that was always in my feelings. And it just made me realize that that again, I have to be self-validating, and B, that when I meet someone, when I go on with a date with one, I have to fiercely advocate, educate, and reiterate what my gender is. Because, no offense, but cis boys can be stupid. And being non-binary is such a new concept to some people. We have to fight for our respect. And I'm damn for sure will never let another dude in my life sit up there and tell me, you a nigga, man the fuck up. Next time, they will get this mouth. And this mouth is highly reckless. And they never really like that. I know this video is getting long, about to be 14 minutes. So I just really want to end on 2 things. I really want to end on that validation from your friends and family, and from boys and from girls and from teachers and students and everyone in your life. It is so often desperately desired from us gender non-conforming and transgender people, because we so want the world to see us as we see ourselves. But it's crucial to be very self-validating, because when cis people get mad, you know what they call you. You know, when you have a rough day and you don't look the part, you know what they call you. When you're in the medical spaces, or you're in legal spaces, you know what they call you. So we need to fortify ourselves to be able to strong enough to deal with these invalidating experiences that we get on a day-to-day basis when we're in those type of arenas. You know, we have to make ourselves stronger through our own internal validation, while we constantly set up and we surround ourselves with people who genuinely validate us. That's my ending message. Surround yourself with people who generally validate you, not invalidate. So thanks, guys. Please sign up to my Twitter. Please subscribe, comment, rate. I'm looking for other topics. Hit me up. I need to have a ending phrase, but I don't know yet. But thank you, guys. You're beautiful. I love all of you guys. Remember, you are valid. Thank you. Bye-bye.